Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Thursday afternoon, February 4th, it's about 1:07. Let's recap the day. Indices all moved quite a bit higher. S&P's up 41 points. The Dow, DIA, the ETF at least, is up 3.4, so up 1%. Russell 2000, IWM, ETF tracks that, is up 2%, and the Nasdaq's up over a percentage too. Got a good run. There's a lot of stimulus talks today about gone big. Romney talking about $3,000 per child in the stimulus bill, and a lot of the Fed saying that it's already looking like the recovery will be strong even without further fiscal stimulation, but they're going to pump as much money as they can. So I think we'll be getting even new all-time highs here. We set it today right here at the end of the day, well, after hours too, as the futures keep going here, but could be going up and up and up. So we'll look and see what happens there. Opportunities there, as Amazon was green today after they were red yesterday. A lot of green on the main ones here. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Okay, so let's go look at SAVA first. Cassava. So this morning, right, so the big gain after hours yesterday, sell off in the morning, use this $90 area as resistance, right? So set in the morning, got a push back up around 6 a.m., sell off right back down to the low 90s area, take off, chop, get up to about 115, and then the rest of the day it just rolled over. Sold off pretty hard. And like I mentioned in the video this morning, the daily RSI was at 97, so incredibly overbought. And even with all the selling today too, the RSI is at 72, so it's still in overbought range. So we could see a little bit more selling off occurring tomorrow. But we didn't get below yesterday's low, 59.5. So look at that area as resistance, or excuse me, support, hopefully, so we can get a bounce. If it drops below that, comes back up, that could be resistance. But so we could look at that $60 area to hold. If not, maybe pull all the way back into this 9 moving average. It was heavily shorted, and all the Wall Street bets heavily shorted plays today. AMC, GameStop, costs were all down considerably percentage wise. And along with SAVA, it's contemporary running, Anavex. So it had a huge spike this morning. I mean, it ran like crazy in after hours too. But that's why it's still green on the day at 43%. But hit a low about the same time SAVA did in pre-market, down around $16.8, $17 area, steady chug up to 28, and it sold off hard. I really would have liked to got shares short of this. Interactive Brokers I didn't see had much until about 8:15, 8:30, and there's like 1 to 2,000, and as soon as they showed up, they were gone. And then later in the day they had quite a bit, and it honestly sold off more than I was expecting. And then, well, after hours it sold off all the way down to 13.5. Got a little bounce here just a few minutes ago. But I mean, if you look at the daily chart, it's way up there. RSI is still at 87. So I'm going to be looking for tomorrow for this to maybe gap fill all the way back down to the $11 area. So I might even put in a short here this afternoon to see what, just looking at what the action is if it stays underneath these moving averages. Right, the 1 and the 5 is already staying down, trending down all day, so I might look for something there, especially tomorrow. Let's go to CPSH, right? So CPS Tech also got a big spike on the open. I mean, steady chugged up right here, got the halt to the top, goes back, halts again, gets indecisive, touches 30, sells off. But big run in the morning. I didn't really play it this morning, didn't really even look at it until I noticed that was halted. So that's a error on my end, is if you got in that early, you got, you know, significant 50% gains there. Got a good bounce here in mid-morning off this 200 area, 200 moving average area on the minute. If you go down here, you can look at the 1022, stayed above it most of the day. And then if you go look at the daily chart, it's low, right? It's just brushed the high from yesterday, so kind of a good sign. Reversal here. I mean, that's literally where the stock opened today, so all stayed up higher. It's well in the overbought range for RSI, so it could see some more profit taking tomorrow. Lizhi, LIZI, the company is talking about podcasts. So I read a couple articles on it. It's podcasting in China. So obviously a huge market, billions of Chinese citizens. Whether what they can talk about, I'm not sure. Probably it all has to be approved by the CCP. But anyways, so potentially a huge market there. And it was pretty strong all day today, especially in the morning. Strong push in the first 15 minutes. A lot of stocks had great first 15 minutes today. There's really too much action really to get in on. Pull back into 22, tries that highs again, fails, sells off to about the 200, and then we keep curling up even on longer time frames. Respected this 30-minute 9 moving average right there. We can go down to the 15. Right, so still in the 15, stays up there. And then look on the daily. So 3 big green bars in a row. RSI on this now at 94, so I'd expect some profit taking on Friday tomorrow, but could potentially squeeze higher. But some people are going to get off the table. Big $4 to $16 range right there would basically be 4 times your money, tripling it up off your original investment. And then I mentioned Fubo pre-market about potentially news on the Super Bowl, and they moved up early this morning. Still ended up 4% on the day, basically. But again, great first 15 minutes, kind of sell off. Decent action mid-morning, sold off into the afternoon. But there was a company that did get NFL news, and that's Skillz, SKLZ. Skillz Inc. They're an esports company. They signed a deal with the NFL to make a mobile game. And if you just go to the daily here, so back into November, December timeframe, their chart started picking up on news that Kathy Wood put them in an ARK ETF, and it's been trending upwards. Obviously, esports becoming far more popular, especially right now during the pandemic as people stay at home. A lot more people are playing video games, right? That's part of the GameStop hype too. But big run pre-market 31 to 39, and then kind of sideways all day. Got this, ascending triangle here. Can't really break it out. Got a little peak later in the afternoon on this high volume tick right before 11 o'clock, but still the highs in pre-market. But we'll see if it can break $40 tomorrow. Pretty significant gap up here, and then as you can see, the last time it's had a big spike in price and high volume, red bars the next day, so could potentially sell off tomorrow. But I mean, it could have continued strength too, especially with the Super Bowl Sunday. So we'll see. Go back to Virgin Galactic. I've been talking about it a ton. So this one I said in the pre-market, especially on the daily, I'd look if it goes over 58.35. So this was the stock that I was watching right off the open today. So as it moved up in here, especially as it dropped immediately off the open, RSI down here is way low, so buying pressure. It's way into oversold, so we're going to expect some buying going on as price comes up. And then I was watching this candle right here. As we get back to moving average, the 9's starting to curl, and we kind of get this doji indecision bar. Some people call these like 3-bar plays. So big engulfing bar here, doji off the top, sets a new high, doesn't really break through the halfway mark of the engulfing bar. And so the play on that is you set a buy at the top of this candle, so 56.67. I had it at 56.75. So as soon as the candle takes off and starts running, you're in. And then I usually set my stops off the previous bar's low, so off the first one. So as soon as this candle closed, I set my moving average, or my stop right at this 200 moving average is right at 57, so I was already 25 cents of money, and then stair-steppered up. So as soon as this bar closed, I moved my stop up. As soon as this one closed, I moved it up to here to 59. This bar closed, I moved up to 60. This bar closed, I moved up to 61, and then got stopped out at 61. So basically got $4.25 there in a matter of 6 minutes, 5-6 minutes. So pretty good game this morning for me there. But just like the other stocks, big first 15 minutes, and sell off. All right, sell off all day, but still, if you go by the daily, still respecting the trend, uptrend. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. See if it can get to the $60 area again. But obviously, it didn't like it. The stock didn't like it, as it didn't break the high from pre-market, or that's actually, is that aftermarket? That was pre-market Tuesday at 62.9. So $60 range is still acting as pretty solid resistance for Virgin Galactic. So we'll see what happens with that moving forward. And then we'll go back to CCIV. Yesterday it had this big drop in the morning off of reports that the merger wasn't going to happen. Got a big sell-off again this morning. Tanked all the way down to the low 26 area, and then took off. All right, so we're back in the 30s. I guess closed at 30.22, down a little bit now after hours. But if you go to the daily, I mentioned in one of the videos, I think it could potentially come back to the $25 area. But now, because all moving averages are, lagging indicators, with the price today, it moves the 9 moving average up to the 26.1. So earlier in the day, this moving average was still down in the 25s, but as the price went up, it went up and found support there. So kind of peaked down there, but the candle closed close to the top. So we'll see if it'll look to move higher tomorrow. So those are stocks that I was looking at today that had a lot of action. Let me know what you were looking at today. If there's anything I can look at or you have questions about, let me know in the comments. If you're finding anything helpful, please like, subscribe, give me a comment. Anything helps. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one.